Hi everyone, I am Tara and I would like to welcome you all back to my channel, Spiritual Talk with Spirit Mother. Today we're going to talk about channeling and how my channeling works. Some of these topics are just a little different for me sometimes, but I watch, lately I've been watching a lot of Gaia and Codex, Ancient Civilizations, things like that. And then there's a new one that I've been watching about channeling, because I know I'm channeling and sometimes I have a hard time understanding what's happening to me. That's why I go back and I watch my videos. I've told people many times that, like, okay, I'm constantly channeling. Okay. So sometimes I may come off as aggressive, very assertive, assertive, a bitch. Almost like sometimes it may seem like I'm a know-it-all, but I know I don't know everything as much as some of us would like to hope and think that we know everything. Nobody knows everything except for the one. And that's all the knowledge. And it's called the Akashic Records. Okay, see, that's why I said I'm constantly channeling. And sometimes if I get aggressive or assertive or something like that, as I told people, okay, we are from different lifetimes. Okay, we've lived different lives. We're recognizing each other from different times or what have you. And the best way I can explain it from what I'm understanding, and everybody has their own understanding. I get feelings that I know are not mine. So it comes off as aggressive or assertive because you may be dealing with someone from your past. So it's not all love and light right now. I forget his first, Marcia Di Stefano, I think his name is. I was watching channeling last night, and some channelers, okay, they got to sit and meditate in order to channel through. Some get certain beings or ancestors or spirit guides or their higher self or what have you, and some get different depending on what they're channeling, and then some are just a constant channel. You could be like I just walk and I'm channeling. That's why I go somewhere or someone sees me and I'll just start speaking a different language. Well, that's someone that's stepping in and it's trying to get a message out to that person or those people. E que tudo esse tudo le poto yamato ko dia tai e se ko tu le se le to le miato e mi ki tu tie. When I'm channeling, which is basically all the time, I'm taking on others. Like, I handle a lot. It does make me tired. I do get exhausted. I had somebody say to me that, like, I don't want to be like you. I don't want to be doing this or what have you. Well, you become the receiver. Because the people that others want you to be afraid of, the aliens, extraterrestrials, what have you, bad guys are already here. Okay. And we're coming to try and get the messages out there to help, because we're not showing ourselves until we feel you're ready, because we don't want to attack you no more than, like, a lot of you don't want to attack us. It's just a fear of the unknown, a fear of something different. Like, just because, like, something comes, like, we know we're not alone. Se tutto le to no matatain ko na ni ashkan ni sanai no makanai kotea. Se tain iske ya sueta ele pitea to mikitai si to na ekatai ele tuye. It is hard for me to comprehend sometimes. Like, I have a very good friend, and I know that there's some, like, mixed signals happening, because sometimes it seems like I know it all, and I don't. But I do know, like, I do know where I'm. How do I explain it? I am aware of the things that I do or say. I am aware of how my life is and the things that need to change. And a lot of us are aware of that. And sometimes it's difficult. Sometimes we feel stuck. Sometimes it seems like I go back to the past. But if I'm looking back at the past, it's because I'm trying to figure out something. And it's, to me, it's trying to see something that I missed. So I'm trying to bring it up. I'm dealing with the shadows of my past, my present, what have you. Right now I have a feeling of aggravation. And it's because, as I said before, I connect. And sometimes what comes out is sometimes it's someone's pain. Yeah, Rolly, I'm okay, dude. Oh. The first time that I really started channeling, it was approximately would have been around about January of, or was it January? No, it was actually, I'm thinking back now, and I'm being taken to the time frame. And the time frame would have been right around the time that I seen the light ship spacecraft, what have you, across from my property on the water tower. That night, I was down here, and well, I was up there. I was upstairs first, and I could hear, like I said, it would sound like a beacon call, and that happened to me like 3 times. I went outside, and on the third time, I kind of looked around, and I looked on the water tower, and I seen it there, and I showed a picture of it and what have you. And that night was the first night that I really started channeling. And when I started channeling, I had a bunch of, like, I had people coming in, and that's when the language, like the different languages, really started, because I know that it's more of, it's not so much the modern times as it is the ancient times. And different beings from different universe, different parts of the universe, planets, galaxies, what have you. And if I'm not speaking it in English, it's because it's meant for you. It's meant for your higher self. It it can be and seem a little scary at times because it is part of the unknown. And as you know, the unknown can be very scary sometimes, but it can actually be very enlightening. It gets hard on the body sometimes, and some will say, well, you got to deflect that. It's like, well, okay, we all came here for a mission, and we all have different things that we are here to do. And we're given these specific tasks, missions, what have you, to help us grow, to help others grow, to help humanity, to help everyone evolve. Deskerotoleşkelemodo kreata. Kittuim. Tekaratatnikane sanai dottoi. Ketokoilnai pituklaaparias satayandoi. Kipiteashale. Esikututuriatopre. When I was first starting to channel and wasn't aware of it, I was like, they were saying, like, she is the way. We are the way. We are the receivers. And we are the ones getting the messages out there. And I just happen to be bringing the good, the bad, and sometimes it seems ugly because my channel is like about our ignorance, our hatred towards everything and everyone. And like, we don't all hate each other. We just have a difference of opinion. And that gets, it kind of, not kind of, it does, it clouds our judgment because we're too busy worrying about what the person down the road is doing instead of focusing on what you're doing, what you're feeling. Okay? We got to deal with our own feelings, our own emotions, our own actions before we're able to really deal or understand others. As I stated, we have different journeys. Some have an easier journey than others. And some are still trying to figure out their journey. I know that I'm holding back a lot of myself. I know that I could be further ahead than what I am. I feel that the reason, this is how I'm feeling, the reason why I'm not going ahead is because I feel like I don't want to leave anyone behind. But es que estoy. So sometimes it seems like I'm stuck, and right now it's not. It's me. I'm emotional, but I also have others who are emotional right along with me because others are feeling the same way. It's very tiring sometimes. It's very draining. But it's okay. I get up again. And I become stronger. I'm very much connected with someone right now, along with myself, because I'm feeling them, and I'm feeling myself, because they are a part of me. I know that some are on here and they're teaching, and some are doing readings and what have you. So we're all here doing what we're supposed to be doing. Just breathe, Tara. I know that I have she's okay, yeah. The Kundalini, the energy is spiraling up, and it's going in my head, and I'm getting pressure, and it's like, ooh. I like I said, I don't know his first name, but he said the same thing. Like it is draining on the body. We do take their demeanor sometimes. It's like we become them, and that's the aspect of I knew you are me. Se mala de creara, se que tenía tu tigitui, Pikirimene, Sumini, normally, a creatoria, Scolare, Sciotoi, Kituturi, Patanangania, Tane, in the creatota in the Kutuki, Esse and Oskrai. See, the thing is, if we took the time to at least try to understand where someone else is coming from, and it's you like it's feeling yourself, like putting yourself sort of in their shoes to understand. And some people say, well, I'm not here to put myself in their shoes, I'm here to sort out my own mess. Well, yes, we are. But hence the spirit guides, hence the angels, the ancestors, what have you. We're all here to help, and to help eliminate limited beliefs. Like it's not a matter of just like having one belief. We can have many beliefs. And just because somebody doesn't agree with it, well, that's up to them. If people want to get frustrated with me because they think that I believe myself to be a know-it-all, well, I don't know it all. I do know the things about myself, the things that I need to work on, the things that I'm suppressing. That's why I go back and watch my videos, because it helps me to understand more. Because as I said, these messages, these channelings, it's not just coming out for you. It's coming out for me too. Because I need to learn too. And we can have more than one teacher, and it's okay, because what one person has to offer, the next person may have something different to offer, because we're all unique and we have different ways of teaching. We all have different ways of bringing forth our teachings, bringing our information forth. And it's okay to expand. And it doesn't mean that we feel like one person is not giving us enough. It's maybe they're giving us what we need from them, but then there's something else that we need from another teacher, because we're all on this learning curve. And when I've been told, like, meditate, sit on it and meditate. I meditate all the time. I'm constantly meditating. I can be there and watching a program. Well, not a program, because I don't watch programs. I watch a series, and I binge watch it once upon a time. But a lot of the time, I'm meditating, and I can be sitting there with a group of people, and then I just start meditating, and I push all energy aside for myself, and then I start expanding inside, and I can literally feel it. And when you feel it and it all starts coming up, it feels good, especially like when it gets to the brain, to the core, like it's a pressure, but if you're not used to it, it can be very intense. If you're not understanding what you're going through, it can be very intense. And once you understand, then the pressure just becomes like it's the energy, and everything's sparking. Like, I'll tell you, is all right now. Like, I feel like I'm a very stupid person, because it's like to me, it's almost like I have no knowledge. I have trouble learning right now, because I'm focused more on my mission, and that's to get messages out there. I need to get out among people a lot more, because I am very much Rolly. I am very much a people person, and I know that sometimes it like some of you think, lady, really? You don't seem like it too much when you're talking on your videos, because it's like, whoa. But sometimes it is, because when you're a very old soul, and a lot of you understand and would know what I'm talking about, you get kind of aggravated. You may not know that you're an old soul, but like you're getting aggravated and impatient, and wondering, like, why are you so ignorant? Why are you this way? Why are you that way? Because we're trying to understand, why is things this way? Why are things that way? And it's because some of us are afraid to open up to see different things, because as I Fred can't even talk right now. It's yeah, I did lose track of what I was saying. Like, before I started doing this video, okay, I'm very much into like knowing the energies and the frequencies and the vibrations and the static. Okay, and when you get on your computer and you got static, it's because there's a lot of energies going through. And I put on remove negative energies in and around my home to get rid of some of the static. And it works. It gets rid of some of the stuff, because when you're a constant channeler, you get a lot of different energies coming in. And I'm here to help those energies get through, to get past. And that's why, like, when we're readers, or we sit down as a psychic or a medium or what have you, and mediums, if you think of it, a medium is like a mediator. They're in the middle. They're mediating something. Okay, they're getting something to someone, or like with me personally, I know when I'm mediating, because like I may not look like I'm doing much of anything, but internally and like out into the collective, I'm doing things. It's unseen to people, but it's seen. If you know what I mean there, like it may be unseen in the physical, but it's seen astral. It's because I said it, and I have like the visions. I see what's happening while I'm awake. I'm doing things while I'm awake, while I'm walking. Okay. It's like sometimes like I put myself somewhere else, and I told people, if I'm like, I'm myself, but I'm not always myself in that aspect, because I'm constantly channeling and I'm giving messages. And that's where it becomes hard sometimes. That's where sometimes I can come off as being angry or aggressive. And I've told people before that, like, okay, when I'm like that, it's not always me. Okay. And someone say, well, how is it not you? You're the one there. But it's somebody coming through. And what I've said is they have, sometimes it's unfinished business. And you're with the person. Like I've been talking to people, and all of a sudden, like I get a message, and I'll ask them a question. Like I asked someone one day, because it come to me, like, what does a certain flower, like, what does this flower mean to you? And I was getting it from someone else, like, ask, because it's a trigger. It's to get someone to look at things. So we're all like, to tell somebody, don't look in the past. Well, no, it's, we can look at the past because we're learning from it. We're dealing with past issues, and it gets complicated, and we're all doing it because it's part of the healing. And some will say, well, no, you're not supposed to look at the past. Well, you have to deal with the past in order to move on from it. To learn from it, to see that, okay, maybe I missed something. It's not a matter of that you're concentrating on the past itself. Okay, because the past, present, and future is all now. Come ja, a mi shule er sule kretaretoin. Kipituese and Sionolean Kitutia. So I understand a lot of stuff about myself and about other things. I may come off as being ignorant to other things, but it all comes down to my beliefs. And if I don't because I don't believe in something, doesn't mean that the next person doesn't have to, because I don't believe. It's like there's stuff that they believe that I don't believe, and I'm eliminating my limited beliefs, my fear. Like if somebody comes to me and says, well, so and so has this happening, or this is happening here, or this is happening there, you can see it, but we don't have to, because I was feeling it a lot. Like I was watching the news sometimes, and I was feeling things, but I was getting more aggravated. And I was taking on the fear, and it's like, no, I'm not fearing it. If there's something I can't do about it, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. And I don't want it. Like, you don't ever want something like that to happen. But some things are just beyond our control because it's somebody else who is, I guess you could say, controlling it. And Taiskiria talaina shalaya quay. Tutti petito merecitu ne no queria no na we have to learn that we don't have to be in control of everything. Go with the flow. The flow can be easier. We do struggle. We do try treading against it because we don't know where that flow is going to take us. And it's free will. We have choices. Hence the word, like, some may say whatever about this, but to me, right choices is righteous. Righteous means right choices. And being afraid of something that is unknown, it's our choice. But it's going to keep you confined. It's going to keep you kind of in the same hamster wheel. And I don't like being a hamster. I get off. Sometimes it's like I get back on, but I get back off. So it's kind of like more of a roller coaster sometimes right now, and that's okay because it's part of my learning process. I said that, like, with regards to healing, yes, I do heal. I do offer a lot by way of healing, and I know that coming off as aggressive or as a bitch or what have you, it may defer people into thinking that, well, okay, like, really, you're an aggressive lady, what do you have to offer me? How can you offer me energy healing when you're so angry yourself? No, I'm not angry. I do have it's like I have the war going on inside. I got the two kind of going like that sometimes. And I know sometimes it's myself and it's my whole self, my inner self, and everything like that. I know that can be happening because, like I said, I'm going through my journey, and I don't think that I know everything because, as I said, I know others have stuff to offer me. The same as, like, I can tell someone something, okay, and I know that it's okay for them to go to somebody else and have something else done differently. Because it's like, you don't have to take the first thing as gospel. It's kind of if people are saying the same thing, okay, you get this one thing from one person, and then you get the same kind of thing from the other person. And I know sometimes we can forget that we had from one person because we're always changing, and we don't always remember, or we just kind of block it because sometimes we think, well, okay, the person's saying this because they have an ulterior motive. But that's not always the case. Like, sometimes, yes, our own feelings and our own emotions and stuff get in the mix with it. And that's being able to differentiate between the two. I don't have a problem with channeling constantly. As I said, I know it can be painful and it can be energy draining, and we're not supposed to be taking on others' energy. But some of us, that's why we're here. We're here to do just that, to help others through. Hence why some of us, it's like we're seeing through other people's eyes. And I know it's going to sound strange and out there, but that's okay because it's like other people are looking through my eyes. Last week, like, I get people that come in and they'll comment about my place being so, like, spiritual. The stuff that I have or the way it's decorated. I have some that, like, they look at my rock collection because I just go and I pick rocks, like different shapes, and it's just like it's like the little kid that finds something and they're like, "Ooh, ooh, that's for me. Ooh, I gotta have that. Ooh, it's a pretty rock." And it's okay because, excuse me, rocks are a part of us. It's part of the earth. You got rock collectors. I collect rocks, angel figurines, and glass. The angel figurines is because I said that I came back to bring my angels home. to help everyone come home. And I'm working with a bunch of beautiful souls who I'm very grateful for. And I appreciate very much, because if it weren't for them, I wouldn't be alive today. They gave me the kick in my butt that I needed to say, like, hey, there's better stuff out there for you. Don't give up. Like, stop. Suck it up. Like, come on. Here, we'll help you get over whatever's holding you back, whatever's making you not want to be here no more. And that is the aspect of the fear that was holding me back. I didn't know how. And when I started coming into the channeling, like I said, it was scary. And I'm not afraid to do it. I'm not afraid to do it in front of people anymore. Before, it would be like I'd try to suppress it, and my angels and guides, it's like, no, be you, be your authentic self. This is who you are. This is the messages that you're getting out there to people. Today I went somewhere and I could feel them. Like, my heart chakra was just going bing, 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 bing. It was going really fast, and I could feel them. And it was just like, I just started talking, and it feels good. But I got to take the good with the bad, the easy with the hard. It's they said on one of the videos, and I understand it. It's like you're channeling, because, like, when you start speaking another language that you never knew, well, you're channeling someone else. You're channeling your higher self, or you're channeling your guide. You're channeling and your angels. You're channeling. Sometimes you're even channeling Mother, Father, God. It's spirit. It's like there that couple weeks ago when the man from the church looked at me and said, like, hey, we don't want to talk to you because you don't believe in the same God name we do. I told him straight up, like, you shouldn't have done that. It's like, people say God is here, Jesus is here. You never know if you believe he's here in the form. God can take any form. God could be me, could be you. And people are thinking, like, oh, yeah, okay, there's one God. But God can take on anybody's form that God wants. And it's part of the collective of the energies. Because God is love, love is God, love is the infinite energy. And we are that energy. We are that love. We are that light. We are that guidance. We are the angels. We are the guides. We are the ancestors. We are everything. We are all connected. Like, I know I go to sleep, and usually like between 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, I'll wake up, and I feel everything, and when I feel that people are in panic, I start talking in the languages. And when I start talking in the languages, it calms down. I'm on live. So I get the anxiety, and it's because I'm feeling other people's anxiety, and that's where I go and I figure out, okay, who's like, I'm not having not my feelings, it's someone else, and some people, they don't understand that, and they have a hard time fathoming it, so they kind of think, well, you're making an excuse for your behavior or what have you. We are responsible, especially once we realize like what is happening to us. We are the ones in control. So if, like, sometimes I get beings, entities, spirits that come in, and they appear angry, and sometimes it's like they get so aggravated that I feel it in my core, and sometimes it feels like they want to lash out, but it's me, I'm the one in control. So if I allow them to lash out, then I'm to blame, because I'm allowing it to happen. Like, the voice is coming, okay, there's a different, am I putting no, I have a limit to, like, it doesn't come out as so much that the hurting of someone, it's more of the aggravation and the intensity. It's like when somebody is trying to explain something to someone, and it's not comprehending. It's just like, I'm going to say it because some people, like, people get that feeling, but they won't admit to it. But they just want to take and shake someone, saying, "Hey, hello, anybody in there? Like, why are you not comprehending it?" And a lot of the time, it's because they're not understanding it. So we need to figure out how to help people understand what it is that they're going through, opposed to throwing shade on them and telling them you have a disorder, or you have you have this or this or this or that, or what have you. We're too quick to label. And that's the part of getting to the root of it, getting to the end of the old to make room for the new, to make the new beginning. And to make the new beginning is letting go of the past. But sometimes not sometimes, we do need to work through the past to see where we went wrong. And like I said, what we can change. And they're here to help. And they don't come because there's still people that are manipulated into thinking that they're going to hurt us. We have different healing abilities. I know that once I truly accept myself, that it's going to be very easy for me to heal someone. Because I've felt that power a few times. Because my higher self steps in and takes over, and I can actually feel the transfer. I said it before, but a woman on an elevator, and I helped her get through that fear while she was on the elevator, because she told me she wasn't afraid while I was there. And she asked me, like, what did you do and how did you do that? And all I did was touch her and say some words in my language, the languages. We are many. We are all. And we may not always like what we hear. But these messages come out to us for a reason. And that's more of, we don't want others to judge us. So why are we judging others? Why are we making fun of people for the way they dress? Like, sometimes they do it to be funny. And I know that I got to get my sense of humor back. Because holy crap, man. It's like, I know that once I start releasing more and more, it's like I go somewheres and I pick up under other energies because they need to be transferred somewhere else. They're in the wrong place. That's why when we go into, like, a lot of the time, it happens at a secondhand place. You go in and you see something there, and it resonates with you. And it's like I said before, we got to ask ourselves, like, okay, why is this resonating with me? And I said it before. So sometimes I feel like, well, I've owned it before. I see pictures and I look, and it's like, it's totally weird because it looks identical to something you had. And I know, like, well, you're not the only one that owns something. Well, that's when we have to step back and, like, have a look. Iskaya maya na tolay toy to pitukutarna kitui sela tate karitoi. Diga escrito iskamaya skana yukutayin to queen. Holy, okay. Yeah, okay. Iskeme askia hetoile se on iskeme kitoi. Kitoi se askia eshulera kriyain. Okay. Gotta do some energy. It's right here. Yeah. Okay, Rolly. Ooh, I feel like sometimes it's like, holy crap, I should be putting my camera on for live all the time and just, like, let people see, like, what happens. And because I get in, like, it's Pushkale Selena Yoshkana Gariashkria, Todale, Topolia Tale, Mikutaya, Skuriataya, Skuriataya, Nushkaya, Munigatoya, Priataya, Kuriataya, Skriotaya, Nakatotaya, Kotipikataya, Satoya, Dugriatala, Katituya, Skina, Shkleana, Creato, Puriatotaya, Tukaina Kote. Okay, I know that some people are like saying you're just moving your hands. It's like, no, I'm actually, what's happening is I'm getting connected with the energies and I'm flowing them. I'm helping them to move because they get stagnant. And sometimes they just want to stay away. Sorry, stay in one spot. So I'm like moving them. And when you start shifting them. And right now I know that I'm connected with other people and I feel like I'm feeling their chakras. And a lot of the chakra that I'm feeling is coming right here, the higher part of the heart and throat. Okay, what happens sometimes is I do get a lot that want to come out at the same time. And that's where a lot of the buildup comes from. Like some people may be thinking at this moment, like, lady, you're just like really out to lunch. It's like, no, not out to lunch. Out there in the universe. Pikiti kita aset nu kita na kita dia la patale tu si tu te kata nu kita pala ya tais kitu tai kito no ngentai en ka pakariaska tuskole esketa tai de kito no kata la pitui pikiti esana akata yoto sula be kata ya kuriata kumika mishko eskuta zigato kita dai no kota ne no ikitu pila ya pia poriat. Okay, what's happening is like it's a lot of different people coming in because there's a lot of different people. Like it may not show that anybody's watching, but there are on different dimensions and timelines and what have you. And there's people coming through that are getting messages out to their loved ones, out to it's the guides talking. It's the angels talking. Say niketai noin da makatai lo kupita sunukititui. Kituta palato tuskuto da meketoni keskala esulle kopalaka anko pikituya eskom menoin nakatai sukoi. Kiskapakin the kuti atsitutale kitutika impuma. I have some that are thinking, well, I can make that funny sound too. I can make those funny languages too. Well, I'm here to tell you, if you're making those funny sounds and those funny languages, and it feels like it's coming natural to you, it's because you are channeling. Satahenda katain no kotopetatia solanda katiti sitakata la shkulemai. Mikatayan sule la kodotuguriai. That's why I've told people many a times that if you feel like you're going to speak gibberish, or you're just like say something that don't make sense, it sounds like it's like baby language or what have you, and it's not a gibberish. It's you're channeling a higher being. Or you're channeling your higher self that is part of that family, which we're all family and we all speak. Kitula pelato tai ndukutoia na mikatoia setui because skalaskrian suiataia city. This is the hands are going because it's helping to clear energy to make way for things to come through. Yep, okay, just breathe it through. It's wish guy. Just getting lightheaded again. Yeah, it's okay. You okay? Yeah. Isana tuya sulalala la crema mekun ne tota na nekataini excuse iswe. Thank you. Kutia semeno la miama nai sugai se enu te atapale to duru to de na nikotaya sulaminian. Oh, there's a lot coming out right now. Yeah. It's been needed. Now scam. Noi. The guy. Yes. Yeah, I do need. It's like I had somebody say, "You need to go to the hospital." Okay, I'm here to tell you I've been there a few times, and they told me, "Oh, you're no, go home. You're unexplained." Because when I was in there, I was actually helping people because I've taken people back to their traumas to help them to empower themselves so that they can move on. And it's like some people think that I'm like out to lunch or crazy. It's like, no, if you were willing to give me that chance and you were able to sit with me quietly and I was able to like know and go back with you. And it help you move on. Ooh, yeah. It gets very intense sometimes. And that's why I say, like, holy crap, it should be like live all the time. And just like for you, like, not because I want sympathy or anything, but it's not for sympathy. It's not for anything like that. It's because it's happens even when I'm not in front of people. Pittuile patoya sutu te katana katainu muskele sitia situ muko pala tupiai pikulma mikaya se on koskea ja tupikai nuia nakana I suname anambotoi tuskira kutomonia taina ketete kui tuisin tublain kietoja setoja skema nikite siellä totaretta ekym mikiniera tailendo purjetta ei kupila tai synno kotieskia toskläna hesia ki ysym myskye putte eto pikataiskunu metto toi ekryetta mission tai tu senna unkyme ana keto e tupla tai sita tai shulena ekutupikatai. It's like some people would say it's like an idiot savant, but I mean, like awake. I'm like, I am a receiver. Because I had somebody just ask me why I don't like tell everybody what I'm saying tell them in English. It's because sometimes I do tell you in English. And sometimes it's not meant to be said in English because it's part of the learning to bring back memory. Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah. Okay. This is gonna look weird for a minute, but I'm shaking the energy. It's like there I am. Moving it. Yeah. Some people probably do get freaked out by this thing. Lady, you're possessed. No. You're scam. Very much connected. I like my brain, it's like I don't know anything, but I know that like this is me coming through is with different beings, but it's all passing through me. So it is actually knowledge that I have, only I'm not speaking it in the English language. Because it's almost like the English language is not my first language. Sepito e ke tumukuta e ke tike sito tala potole mo koi me e sui Sepitua sana asinu ya kainu skio e asai kitula tala e totai. It's not my head. It's although right here is like, what are you on now? It's like it just starts coming through, and sometimes I know I'm never alone. I know I'm not alone, and even if I don't hear others or what have you, sometimes it's because I'm on a different frequency, and I'm of a higher vibration, or I've gotten a lower vibration, or I've just kind of gone sort of in a middle state, I guess. It's the focus. It's I'm not trying to so much hear others as it comes through. It's very different. It's not that it's coming from the head, but it's coming more like it's coming from the heart. It connects. Tired? Okay. Yep. I bounce back very quickly. That's why I listen to a lot of frequencies. Um, it's can't say sorry for this because I'm feeling right in here. the solar plex chakra. Mikoela Sola Kaitoina Ditukia. Okay. Eske Manoniata, eske. Pikiskuya do Montoi Grey. Desieta la cana, ekata leata, esemino catare o sole, sekaira, or ske mekitui eska. Okay, this is a younger person. And there, it's a song. Eska mekata, esenumikataire, esalukutuye, sekana, pikituyala, lekuli kolemi, pikeno motadeya, eskututuye, senana, kitoile, ke husklara, kitupiliana, nekesito turieta, esa meningoturia patoria, salaya. Kushke kemiko tupikara eselete sikana katotolia tapototoria sataina kotate. Oh, okay. Miskala askuria tole esinoi because totaya puriai. Okay, there's a lot of messages coming in. A lot of messages are being sent out to everyone, and that's okay. It is a little breathtaking. Mia Kaya. Kiskita Skiam Mikai. Square. Oyata Siri. Pitole Totodiatai. Kiskinin Dan Skulimiskitoai. Same feeling energy. Nashkamai. The float. The air. We are light bodies. Miaskia no koitea. Sule. Kena ai me kainai. Ipagai ako yasta nuntuti ati kapitale. Situkotai. Tikonomini atanoini mina. Like I like being able to do this. I'm very blessed to be able to do this. I'm very gifted to be able to do this. And you're all gifted. You're all blessed with abilities. And I don't want, don't be afraid of them. We are here to teach, to help you through. The more we try to suppress, the harder it becomes. Yes. The harder it becomes because it's the universe is you're going to get pushed, and the more the more we resist, the harder it is, because it's a bigger push, and we are the receivers of information. You have information to offer that I don't have. You have abilities to offer that I don't have, or the next person don't have. We're all family. You're all our family. Yashka ice cream. We are up there watching. We want to help. But as long as you are afraid of us, it's hard for us to do so. It is okay to question. It is okay to be concerned. But that is where the questions come in. I personally I seen the different beings, and they were helping me. I just had somebody ask me, well, how are they helping you? Okay, because I have the memory. I remember. It was like I had a lot of problems medically. I'd go unconscious. Okay. And I'd slam my head would like smash. When I'd go unconscious, sometimes it was like I was a baby all over again. I had to learn how to walk, couldn't talk, nothing. Tried to force things. It was like starting over again. It would take a few days sometimes. And the last time I went unconscious, like I said, like I couldn't hold my head up because of the way I smashed on the floor. And in that vision of remembering, there were 4 beings standing in front of me. And they appeared gray, but they had like these tight-fitting gray uniforms on. And they had big eyes. They weren't the shorter version of the grays, but they were more of a dark, more of a gray, like a gray color too. But what they were doing was they were fixing my spine. And how do I know that? Because after that, I didn't have any problems. Not with my neck, and everything started clearing up. And I had another vision where I was on a gurney. I could tell that it was a gurney because I'd look around and I'd see these beings, and their faces were like lights. Their family. When I was 11, I was swinging on a swing, standing up, and I jumped down to sit down. But when I did, I missed the seat, and it was coming this way. And when I come that way, there was actually a 2x4 that was stuck in the ground, and my knee smashed on it, and it busted my knee. I couldn't walk. I was screaming bloody blue Marty. They had to run up and get my mom to come down and get me. And I was sitting in the chair screaming and bawling and everything like that, waiting to be able to find a way to get to the hospital. But meanwhile, the people next door, okay, they were they were religious, okay, but they were familiar with the true aspect of it, and that was the energy, okay. So my sister and a friend, they carried me over, and they set me in the chair, and there were like 5 of them, and they all stood around. And this was the first time I was ever introduced to energy healing, and I didn't really understand it or comprehend it at the time. I just knew, wow. They took their hands, and they all put their hands over my knee, and they all started praying. And what was happening is I could literally feel my knee going back into place. Not because they were moving it, because they weren't touching me, but I could feel the knee going back into place. And I got carried in there, and I ran out of there. And see, the thing is, when you believe anything is possible, when you believe anything is possible, and when we stop believing, that's when things seem to get worse. Because, like, I was believing, and then like the part of the brain that says, no, this didn't happen. But I believed enough that it stayed healed. I had pain in it, but it stayed healed. Because what they're telling us is we are healers. We can heal ourselves. We're just told that no, you have to depend on something external. And after you, like, sometimes when you get so sick, you feel like you feel like, okay, well, how am I going to heal myself? Well, I started listening to frequencies, binging frequencies, and I started changing my diet and my way of thinking. And these are the messages that I'm getting from them and from others. And it's very enlightening, it's very uplifting. And some might say, well, your life doesn't seem to be all that great, you're not doing anything with. Well, maybe that's an aspect of me feeling that way, like I'm not doing anything with my life. But I am actually doing something, because I'm taking on a lot. It may not be going to work every day 9 to 5. I've applied for jobs, but because I am different and I speak different languages in a channel, nobody wants me. They don't want to hire me. And that's okay. Because that just means that that's not the job for me. That's not what I'm supposed to be doing. I know what I'm supposed to be doing. It's just getting there. Struggling with myself. And someone just said, well, maybe it's what you're doing. It's like, could be. Or maybe it's not, or maybe it's something that I just haven't done or tried yet. Because I judge myself, and I have, like, it's like I do have that, like, of other people judging me. Of how I am, because they don't understand it. And it's not a matter of getting it together. Because whoever felt the need to say that, then I'm going to say you really need to look within yourself. Because I have feelings and I have emotions, and I'm having epiphanies right now. It makes me very connected with myself. And I have the ability and not the fear to cry in front of somebody because I've just figured something out, because I'd expect anybody to do the same. because it's a healing. Keskiatoriaskurui. Ketadain. Eka eska eskai. Ketutoya tadaya todaya briai. Oi, kai. Oh. It helps to release the shadows. When I say shadows, it's the aspects of ourself that we want to suppress and we don't want to deal with, but we have to. Because they need healing too. I have screaming right now. It's like it's like a pain of releasing, because the releasing can be painful. Seeing things. I scream sometimes too. Because it can be painful. But in the end, for me, it has more ups than downs. Escaia. There was a show called Bullshit or something like that, and they were talking about saying about mediums being full of crap and not real, and psychics not being real. There are fake ones out there, and there are real ones. And a lot of the time you can tell. I don't get names for the most part because I don't need names. It's like I know that I get different kinds of beings, ancestors, channelings, what have you, but I'm part of the process of being the medium. I am in the middle and I am mediating. Ironically, I went in 2013 and did my mediation, negotiation, and conflict resolution. And my leadership development. It must have been preparing me for this. And Mishkelin Kiata ese aingui me ketaya suya tale sulai. Kushka se koya tae se tae suya mikutoya tae tae kotaya no koleas kia tae skoi. Simika Kikan sikutai tupitai noi. Sikitai suya meketoya shobiai. Yeah, my hair. Sorry. It's okay. Tietäin, tikö toi topoli ai. Sikin toi no moko mä ja toi ai skai sitten löytyy pitain. Mikä tai? Sanoni. Mikä tänä mikä tiedä nysle ja sai. Se toi sinä nemiä näin. Pitoja syöjänä. Niin sanai ja mä käy jäi. Ei pitää sinun pitää olla sen nuisan sinä tekee toi ei tupla näin ja skai. Se voi join. Ie pitoja sanuni antai pitää si. Skai syö. Tekee niin noin näkälää. Iputoi nueskama ja makuja ja sujaile tuommoista ei vissiä tai sujaimman eikä täynnä. Ja sujaskioi. Iskä taina hei. Iki joi. Ja pikoja laajalla mukaan ja mukku peissi toi sykäinä ja skai. It's teachings and learnings for others so that they may teach others. Diskan. Kela tupulai hasa suyai. Pitu telam nuliam. Tikitaas noin. Nikaya skaya toi mai. Pitulai. Misutolai kotaya toyai. Kai noin na suyai. Kupulai sui mai kumokaya noin na eskuya ta esulei. Toya enga kopakaya mai ama. Tikotain. Tisituti kutem ikelai. Skeme kui. Ketais kui. Ketainas nimenia. Pikitulele sulle ja uris kui mokuria poria tai musino muikas kotale sulle. Jeskion. Pitutuela pituna monena kotai. Kian aki akota. Sikato eskuai. Pitataya numinoin ja sulla pataya turia. Sikatan. Tikanoin nai. Tiskuliasky no muiskala suyan kutopalia toila olustuna kotai. Kita sui. Kianole no motaila shulaya. Kiskuya nuya kotia nui. Tiskuya me kotia shule. Kitue. C'est un écaille, escuria putuleai. Kai skoin. Neanta ala jubilia tolea skulea kulia putolai. Mikoya makai asunuda detayetui. Holy crap. I think I look like I'm stoned, but I'm not. Ja kaya mukoa kuia iskuia skria tole sklem. Pitota etwasti. I'm relaxed. Whiskia, te tele tutuli talay. Kita ay no karna. Kiski tui naman no butalay atale nuina ska ambutoyale. Whiskia talay piduyam. Mai skumay. Tuyana shule skriwana tuyatay. Yalskia man away. Tikitwasen. Tikita se twe sen skriota se iskwe. Bigay. Yeah, a lot coming through. Hisaya maya moyana. Nituele se toela tupuana kutaya tuye. Viteana. Shenea swina akupeta esvita le tolenuye na kai bugai. Okay, just so this is Kitai. It's okay, yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna calm it for a sec, okay? Yeah, okay. I didn't want to come out of that meditation. It's bringing myself back to center, and when I did that, what I'm doing is I'm pushing, like I'm putting a wall, like I'm kind of separating to calm things down to center. So it kind of gives, because the palms of your hand, it's got energy. And when you need to stop energy from coming in at sides, it's like it's a good form of, works for me, being able to meditate and come back, just come back to center. Just tiresome. But if I'm helping anyone, then it's well worth it. I want to meditate again, because when you are able to like get into that zone of meditation and you're able to calm your mind, like that's why I'm such a good channeler, because I'm not saying that things don't run wild, because it does sometimes, but I can calm the mind, and that's why sometimes I feel very airheaded, because I have my self open, but sometimes I know that I try to close myself off because of feeling the judgment. But I know a lot of the time it's because I'm judging myself, because I'm too worried about what other people are going to think about me. And I'm to the point now that I don't really care, but there's aspects of me that still have that fear. Maybe not so much fear as what are other people going to think of me. But the biggest part of me don't care, but there's still those little aspects that do. So those are kind of the ones that's the aspects that are sort of holding me back, because I have to get those parts of me up to where it's all of me. But we all have those really up days, and we all have the like lower days, and that's okay, because it's part of the journey. It's part of the growth, the growing, the learning. I should have, I have a singing bowl. I called it a music bowl the first time, but like I knew what it was, just my brain was kind of, right? Yes, I do still have my sense of humor. Just some things I don't find very humorous. Next time I will bring my bowl into it, and I think I'm going to, I'm going to do more channeling instead of feeling like I'm lecturing people and giving off some tough love. But just remember that it still comes out. And it's because like there's the ancestors, our elders, our higher selves. Like we get aggravated with ourselves, and it's like you think back to Jesus, when Jesus was going through this himself, because he'd have his up days and then he'd have days where he'd kick things over. And that's what's happening right now, because it's not there to help get through it. And it's okay if you start places, the collective, what have you, just reach out, because there's many of us. And yes, there are frauds, and there are real light workers, real like guides. Like we're all around, and a lot of it is that some are still having trouble coming forward, as I do, or we're just waking up and we're realizing it. And some of us are waking up and it's like we're keeping from falling back to sleep. I know everything in the world looks a little messed up right now to some, and it makes no sense. And to others, it's like they're in a whole different aspect of it. We concentrate too much on the negative, so it doesn't give us room to see through the negative and look at the positive aspects. Because yes, sometimes things get tough when we're making changes, and some people don't understand what other people's actions are, and that's okay, because as time goes, you will begin to understand a little more, and things will change, because we are the change. Tiskino shkalaskre tulieta tayen dukutayen sayo nukushkiai putuye situye skulamata karyotoy ekuleaskele nukriataye pukuta situy sikutai skulema miskuiata esule ale kuleaskem ikuia sale tole seta ele tukulena katuye esule siena esule kapote situye kaimkoshka esieta esutie pitanaya totoye se totoye tahe katoy. I want to be able to teach you how to meditate and get into the state. I know some of you think, well, I don't want to do what you're doing. Well, that's okay, because everybody does things differently, and some, like, we don't all do the same thing. You may not totally tap in and speak out, but you do it in other ways, whether it be by helping people in different aspects. Don't drain your own energy. Make sure your cup is full. And meditation is the best medicine. And once you learn how to do it, then you're able to do it anywhere. And it can be like 2 minutes, 5 minutes, however long. Like there, when I was doing it in front of you, I just wanted to just stay. And it's calming, and the frequency that I have in the background, it's removed negative energies from in and around your home. It's 417. It's actually pretty good, because that's what's given me the ability to like clear the energies so that I can get the messages out, calm myself, and be taskelmoisena ekotale euskaleja sele kuidupia tainu un poketeja topoli toinnaki esule tatashule keino mokotae disen ekoi atale tutupurieta esemikototei situi shumeana ekole sere toi kitutoi diseme. There is a lot coming out tonight. And it was meant to, because like I said, I feel like I should be on live all the time, not for attention, but because I have a lot that wants to come out. And it happens, like I said, even when I'm not on camera. I know sometimes. And when the first time it ever happened, it was like, oh my goodness. I actually have channeled people that I know in the now. And what ends up happening is I take on, and it's like, it's not that I don't look like the person, but I take on their whole demeanor. It's like I just became them. And that sounds a little out there for some. And it's not making fun of anyone. I'm not trying to make fun of anyone. It just happens. And then I start, like, once I realize what's happening, like, oh my gosh, like, holy crap. It's like I was saying there, like, I began to think, like, holy crap, am I really like crazy? Yes. And it's okay. Because when you're crazy, well, usually you're aware of what's happening. Um, it's okay. I gotta get centered again, you guys. Okay, here. Just breathe for a sec. It's coming in my throat chakra again. Like it's right in here. It's kind of like stuck sort of between here and here. So it's working its way up. Yeah. It's like cramping. Yawn. Okay. There's a lot coming in. You're seeing this live, everyone. Holy heck. Yeah, the energy's moving. It's like coming up back here, and it's coming through, and it's starting to come through. Yeah. Y saya skoja med kai. Tule hasta de mikito ela do piti. Mira sereta. Kuta shamoyana. Tuta sin dikito ela golai. Dikena doy. Singenda tangui. Pitan. Kita dah pura ay soya moyan kaya di kaya no anak kay sikatay kita pula tom misyano na inakay moskia mo kaya po ito ay umma mina ay seno tay pula tayo skuya Kinoinas na Kataya to a night. Melena ninakan nakutay lo pulea maya sumuyay koya toya suyay. Pia tay nay nikatatayin dekato. Situtum maskamaya mokia poya yasui. Tiseta yasui. Pitutoim misanaas sa tuloy. Kishkiyo kumoy kang malito tubli tayo si tuli. Pito tayo sa nani natakay ito eh. Sige ay kung mikilay luli pero sa tayo suti. Ya kaanak ko ay ikot nuy anak po. Sa tatan tuki. E potoya sumuyan na shule si to e kopiyay. Kutuwe sam tuwe no. Katay tuwi. Escoia sumuyay escoia tayo si toy. Kutuwe man. Minuna e tayo escroy. We're not telling you off. Ketorm Visitoy shule at we are here to teach you. Makai to guide you. Dasana totarutoy to help you move forward and evolve. Thank you. Someone's crying, you guys. Yep. Okay. Sata su nalanananiana. The Kyle Tule Pulela Sulanene Cree Puria Magaya Macoya say a tie key. Kaya Square Maya Mitutu Prisiata Toy. Kitaela APA. Just you know, at it was curious for me. Kitaysa Bigaledo Liam, a career doy. Yes, sure, square. Mitata to Kitarian Bria, Murilis Roda to a push a ladder. The crib, yes, way. Kitana, you could then you can usually see it pretty today. Scary. Wow, I feel like it's like I could just keep going. There's an overwhelming feeling from Nami, the collective, the Escalay. And I thought labor was hard. This is a different kind of labor. It's a legaria skoloi. Mugoyai. It gets pretty trippy. Ni katayan to koy. Soy le pulay loy white kay mukadi suyay. Skoy. Teka, sugriga tomuni tay. Kuyo. Kuya ska skoy talis kuya. Mi to ni me kitay na kuy umay skoy ay skray. It's like I feel very like yeah. Sorry, just there's a little like Equina. Equina looks like a butterfly. Es que tu farías que no toda manía time. Just go yeah, me guy. Okay. I'm okay doing this, and reason being because you actually connect with some pretty good, like we're all pretty good, but you start to find out that there is a lot of love and light coming out. When we're laughing together and we're crying together and we're all going through this together, even when we feel like we're separate. So if you're feeling lost, confused, depressed, stressed, full of anxiety, well, there's a lot happening right now. And there's a lot of plasma energy, solar flares from the sun that's coming in, and it's activating our DNA. It's activating us. I stare at the sun all the time because I'm drawing in the the light, the skim morske, and it's clearing the calcification on my pineal gland, third eye, whatever you may call it. And even when I feel like I'm not connected, I know that I am. It's just a part of me that like is still struggling with it. And that's okay, because there are the struggles along the way. As wise man once said, and I've heard him say it a bunch of times, it's not all rainbows and unicorns, and it's not. And with me, it's not all it's not all, like, it is love and light, but some people don't think it is, because I talk about our own behaviors, and like I say our own because they're my behaviors too. And I'm going to say it again, that's why I go back and I watch my videos to find out what messages have been coming in and what I'm supposed to get. Because I am my higher self, but I'm also still that part that still needs that guidance. And it's the guidance from my higher self, from my spirit guides, from my angels, from my mother, father, God. So I am able to teach how to meditate. It's easier when I get in the meditative state, because when I can get in the meditative state, then I can explain what it is that I'm doing. I'm a visual audio learner. I don't someone like to read or anything like that, and it's not because I'm lazy. It's because I don't have the concentration. I would like to be in a classroom with other people, with the teacher. And like sometimes, I told a friend that I find over a screen is kind of impersonal. You may be able to see the person self, but to me, it's not so much the same thing. You okay, Rolly? Yeah, okay. It's all in the connection. I can still connect across. I think it's just because I don't like technology that much. At least not this kind of technology. I know. Meditation and music and frequencies does wonders for the heart, the soul, the mind, the body, the spirit. Oh, look at that. It's 5. We all know what the 5 elements are. Maybe the 5th element. You got your wind, water, earth, fire, and light is the 5th. Desiro todo iskrian, bikatoda ishkoi. Kidui. It's all energy. And that's what goes through me, and that's what makes me a receiver. And why I'm able to do what I've been doing. I don't think it's because I keep saying that I think I've been holding back, but the more I keep saying that I've been holding back, the more I do hold back. So I have to say that I'm not holding back anymore. And I wasn't holding back. It was an aspect of me that was trying to tell me that I was holding back because it was afraid of moving forward. You know, when you come and you realize things and you come to the epiphanies and what have you, it's like the energy that releases. It's part of the clearing. And it's part of the opening up. And to my sister that's afraid, that don't want to be like me to do this, don't be afraid of it. Because it can actually help. And it's a matter of, and anyone who feels the same way, it's a matter of finding the right person to help you understand what's happening and how to be in control. Not in a way that it's suppressing. And I say that because when you open up and you realize what's happening, it becomes easier. Because then you're able to deal with stuff that you didn't think that you could deal with. That you couldn't help yourself get past or through. And I say that because you don't just have one person helping you through it, you have many, because you then become connected to the collective, the whole, all of us, everyone. Some people are going learning faster than others, and that's okay. It's what we came in here for. And I'm learning a lot of stuff. I'm learning a lot of lessons. And I was never good in school. So this is Earth School. And I will admit that I've been a stubborn, pig-headed woman. And I've suppressed a lot, and I even tried suppressing disability for a while. And I have to learn not to, and that's one of my biggest struggles. Because that's my giving up control and allowing my higher self to guide me home. The light is the way, and you are the light. Take it away. You will find the right people that can relate and understand what you're going through. There's a lot of mental health stuff taking place right now because of the stress, the anxiety, the lack of knowledge, the true knowledge, the healing, the teachings. But that's all going to come into place. And even when things may look down and grim, there's always a light in the midst of everything. Something that shines brings joy to you. Niskyama koi. Kitutresara. Tikonumirikatai. Sihoshklayasque. Pitutoria topari. I'm going to leave you all with that. It was a lot. And if you made it to the end of this video, thank you very much. Even if you made it to the beginning and you gave it a chance, at least you gave it a chance. So I wish you all a great night. I'm sending you all much love, light, many blessings, and most importantly, very good health to anyone and everyone wanting and willing to receive it. I want you all to be big, bold, and brave. And most importantly, be yourself. Whoa. Tiskumui. Katore selekotoi. Tikituri erunskuna askuya toile pitiai. Tikitumregay. Be strong, because I know you are. Never give up and keep going. And always be kind to yourself and everyone around you. Skim. Love you all. Have a great evening or night, wherever it may be. Morning. Deshke. Oh. Deskirotori.